Mayor, I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council to order for July 17th, 2014 at 8:01 p.m. On roll call, council members Coletti.
Here.
Dombrowski.
Here.
Martino is absent due to vacation. Petagano indicated he would also be absent tonight. Bonsino.
Here.
Catamagna.
Here.
Mayor Mulla.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Will everyone please rise for a prayer and flag salute? O God, our Father, we ask you to bless our meeting with your trust, your fatherly care and protection. Please remove all selfishness and prejudice from our hearts and plant therein the keen sense of justice and the greater love for you and our neighbor. Guide us in our decisions, guide us in our deliberations, so our decisions will always please you and bring peace and harmony to our community. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Law of the State of New Jersey requires at the commencement of each meeting a statement by the presiding officer, now therefore be advised, the meeting requirements of this meeting have been met by posting an annual notice in the Record of Hackensack, the Herald News of Woodland Park, and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk, as well as in the public place within the municipal building, and by notifying interested citizens. Said notice was posted on January 1, 2014. Ladies and gentlemen, this meeting is being videoed. It will be on Cablevision, Channel 77, Tuesday at 12 noon, Thursday at 4 p.m., Friday at 10 a.m. And it is also on our own website, so you can do that, choose whichever one you want. Tuesday, 12 noon, Thursday, 4 p.m., Friday, 10 a.m., or our website. Mr. Casmark?
Mayor, at this time we have the approval of the minutes of the May 8th, 2014 work session.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Bonsino, second.
Second.
Mr. Dombrowski, any discussion? Call the roll.
On roll call, council members Coletti.
Yes.
Dombrowski.
Yes.
Martino is absent. Petagano is absent. Bonsino.
Yes.
Catamagna.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening under ordinances on first reading, we have Resolution 246-14, introduce ordinance 14-18 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending ordinance 2-63.5 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park entitled Outside Police Contracting Service Fee be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, August 21st, 2014 at 8 p.m. or as soon thereafter as same can be heard, at which time and place all persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper and notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Catamagna, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Coletti. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Coletti.
Yes.
Dombrowski.
Yes.
Martino is absent. Petagano is absent. Bonsino.
Yes.
Catamagna.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, also on first reading tonight, we have Resolution 247-14, introduce ordinance 14-19 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to amend Chapter 7-13 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park entitled Parking Prohibited at All Times be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, August 21st, 2014 at 8 p.m. or soon thereafter as same can be heard, at which time and place all persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and he is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Dombrowski, second.
Second.
Mr. Bonsino, discussion? Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Coletti.
Yes.
Dombrowski.
Yes.
Martino is absent. Petagano is absent. Bonsino.
Yes.
Catamagna.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening on second reading, we have Resolution R 248-14, introduce ordinance 14-17 on second reading. Whereas public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to amend Chapter 4 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park entitled licensing and business regulations. And whereas said ordinance was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Tuesday, June 19th, 2014, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given the opportunity to be heard concerning same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled An Ordinance to Amend Chapter 4 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park entitled Licensing and Business Regulations pass on final reading. Mayor will need a motion to open to the public.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Valentino, second.
Second.
Mr. Caravagna, any discussion? All in favor, opposed? Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this? This ordinance will limit the time people can commence building during the days of Monday through Saturday. No activity shall commence before 7 a.m. and shall cease by 6 p.m. And there'll be no work on New Year's Day, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving Day, and Christmas Day. Anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard? If not, I'll close the public portion of the meeting. May I have a motion on the ordinance,
Mayor,
please?
if I may?
Yes.
I'd like to,
Well, let me get a motion on the ordinance, and then you can speak. Mr. Dombrowski, second.
Second.
Mr. Caravagna, any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to ask to table this ordinance. I think it's, you have some weekend warriors that are doing home projects, and they only get a chance to do it on a Saturday and a Sunday. I think this ordinance has merit to it. I think that, but I think it needs to be clarified a little bit differently, so I'd like to ask to table this motion until we have a chance to discuss it further.
Yeah, if I may, Mayor, I concur with my colleague there.
Tabling motion made, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, call the roll, please. No discussion on the tabling motion.
Motion made to table by Councilman Dombrowski, seconded by Councilman Coletti. On roll call, on roll call to table, Councilmember Coletti?
Yes,
Dombrowski?
Yes.
Martino is absent, Patagano is absent, Monsino?
Yes.
Catamani?
Yes.
Motion to table passes.
Just for everyone here, this ordinance was brought up by our building inspector, subcode official.
Mayor, this evening on the consent agenda, we have Resolution 249-14, payment of bills, Resolution 250-14, confirmation of escrow, Resolution 251-14, confirmation of payroll, Resolution 252-14, adopt corrective action plan for the 2013 municipal audit, Resolution 253-14, renew liquor licenses for the 2014-2015 license term, Resolution 254-14, redeem third-party tax lien for 281 Martha Avenue, Resolution 255-14, redeem third-party tax lien for 67 15th Avenue, Resolution 256-14, appoint summer camp teacher in the Recreation Department, Resolution 257-14, authorize shared services agreement, authorize a service agreement for the payroll audit with Lurch, Vinci, and Higgins LLP, our municipal auditors. Resolution 258-14, appoint building inspector in the building department, James D. Padova. Resolution 259-14, authorization to execute a shared service contract with Clinical Services Management, PC. Resolution 260-14, approve license for new and used car dealership, ESO Motor Cars Incorporated. Resolution 261-14, approve license of new and used car dealership for Route 4 Auto Exchange Corporation. Resolution 262-14, approve license of new and used car dealership for North Jersey Truck Center. Resolution 263-14, approve license for new and used car dealership for ELRAC LLC. Resolution 264-14, approve license for new and used car dealership Shore Motors Sales Incorporated. Resolution 265-14, authorization to implement emergency responder intersection training program. Resolution 266-14, approve temporary part-time inspectors in the Fire Prevention Bureau. Resolution 267-14, emergency pump repair at the Slaughterdam Pump Station. Resolution 268-14,
Can we
designate...
put that on a separate agenda, please?
Can we make the motion with that removed?
Yes.
Resolution 268-14, designate October 15th, 2014 for the commemoration of the 350th anniversary of the state of New Jersey. Resolution 269-14, release cash performance bond for Dunkin' Donuts. Resolution 270-14, approve block party for Rudolph Avenue. Resolution 271-14, appoint part-time clerical employee in the Recreation Department. Resolution 272-14, redeem third-party tax lien for 70 Bellevue Avenue. Resolution 273-14, authorize agreement for for Special Tax Counsel Brian T. Giblin Esquire. Resolution 274-14, authorize access agreement for the Passaic Valley Sewer Commission. Resolution 275-14, appoint court administrator Craig Ferdinand. Resolution 276-14, redeem third-party tax lien 224 Van Riper Avenue. And Resolution 277-14, approve license of new and used car dealership AJS Auto Brokers LLC.
Mayor,
Gentlemen, if I may, then I'll get to you.
Okay.
I would like to have Resolution 268-14 voted on separately. I just wanted to make some comments on that. I don't have any problem with it.
Mayor, just to confirm, that's the 300th anniversary of the state of New Jersey?
Yes. Mr. Coletti?
yes, and I also like to have R-273-14 pulled, and we deal with that separately.
Any problem?
273.
May I have a motion on the consent agenda other than those two items?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Boncino, second.
Second?
Second by Mr. Coletti. Any discussion? Call a roll on the consent agenda.
On roll call, with the exception of Resolution 268-14 and 273-14. Council members Coletti?
Yes.
Dombrowski?
Yes.
Martino is absent. Pettigano is absent. Bonsino?
Yes.
Catamano.
Yes.
Mayor, at this time, if you'd like to entertain a motion for Resolution 268-14, designate October 15th, 2014 for the commemoration of the 350th anniversary for the state of New Jersey.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Boncino, second.
Second.
Mr. Dombrowski, any discussion? Gentlemen and ladies here and those on video, this is the Bergen County Historical Society is having a dinner and a reception, a gala reception for the 350th year of the state of New Jersey. The honorary chairman is Governor Christie. It's not political at all. It's to raise money for the Bergen County Hall of History, which will be they want to put a building up, be in River Edge near the New Bridge Landing. There'll be a gala on October 15th at the Venetian in Garfield. It's a commendable organization. Anybody who wants to go can contact the Bergen County Committee of Historical. Let me get the name for you. Hold on a minute. The Bergen County 350th Committee for this installation. So it's very important that they get the money. It's not going to any project, but a building they want to erect so that all the artifacts that they've gathered over the years, 350 years related to New Jersey, not only Bergen County, but this will hold most of Bergen County, will be constructed with the money that they already have some of it, and they're trying to get more. So it's important that you attend this, you contact some people, any of your friends. It's going to be right here in Garfield, and I would appreciate it very much because I have a letter here indicating that I should explain that all to you by the chairman of the 350th committee, who happens to be my wife. So I've got to do it. It's important. We passed this resolution. I want a separate resolution for this because all 70 towns in Bergen County have received the resolution, and all of them are going to be added to their booklet. So I want New Jersey to be part of, Elmwood Park to be part of that. Thank you. Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Coletti?
Yes.
Dombrowski?
Yes.
Martino is absent. Pettigano is absent. Bonsino?
Yes.
Catamano.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor will now entertain Resolution R 273-14, Agreement for Special Tax Counsel Brian T. Giblin Esquire.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Dombrowski, second.
Second.
Mr. Catamagna, any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, if I may, I have some questions on this resolution, and I was hoping that, such as like where the money is coming from, and I was just hoping that I could convince my colleagues to possibly table this to where we can discuss this in a work meeting.
Is that a tabling motion?
That's a tabling motion,
Second,
officially.
please.
I'll second it.
Second, Mr. Boncino. Call the roll, please. There's no discussion on the table motion.
On roll call to table, Councilmember Coletti,
Yes.
Dombrowski,
No.
Martino is absent, Patagano is absent, Boncino,
Yes.
Catamagna,
No.
Mayor Mola.
Yes.
Motion to table passes. Mayor, under departmental reports this evening, we have library minutes, May 19th, 2014, the court report for May 2014, and the Recreation Department report for June 2014.
Motion to receive and file.
So moved.
Boncino, second.
Second.
Dombrowski, all in favor? Opposed, so ordered.
And Mayor, we have-
Application St. Leo's 50/50 and St. Leo's non-draw raffle application. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Mr. Coletti, second.
Second.
Mr. Dombrowski, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mayor, that,
Call the roll, Mr. Kazmark.
on roll call, Councilmembers Coletti,
Yes.
Dombrowski?
Aye, yes.
Yes.
Martino is absent, Patagano is absent, Boncino.
Yes.
Catamagna.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, that concludes my portion of the agenda.
Committee reports, Mr. Coletti.
Tonight, this council passed Resolution R-265-14 in our consent agenda, which stated the authorization to implement emergency responder intersection training program. This is in response to some recent serious emergency responder vehicle accidents occurring in intersections. The South Bergen Executive Safety Committee is adding SERVE, Emergency Responder Intersection Training Program, as an extra credit component to the 2014 Safety Initiative Program. Safety Emergency Responder Vehicle education is online. Driver simulation and curriculum to educate firefighters and EMS to drive at their safest in emergency responses scenarios in an effort to reduce collision rates. Now, these acquired credits will help reduce our insurance rates, and this
God bless
program,
you.
this program
That's embarrassing.
was
Cold in here.
He just turned it down, I think. Go ahead, Dob, just keep going.
when the mayor speaks, I stop.
Thank you.
This program was suggested unanimously to the council by the committee that was formed, formed to see why the ladder truck accident occurred and how it could be prevented in the future. So this is just another step in the right direction. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Boncino?
Oh, thank you, Mayor. This has been a difficult week for law enforcement here in North Jersey and also nationally. On Sunday, as you might have heard, an officer was killed in Jersey City. He was attacked. In Stockton, California, there was a bank robbery that went awry, hostages taken, and a significant shootout with police in California. And just this morning, I heard the terrible news of what happened in Waldwick to a police officer that was on duty on Route 17. Our men and women in blue put their lives on the line for us in our community and across the nation. And recognizing that, traditionally, the first Tuesday of August is National Night Out. And on Tuesday, August 5th, locally, we'll be hosting National Night Out at Borough Field, and it'll begin at 6:30 p.m. The introduction of National Night Out started in 1984. It began to promote involvement in crime prevention activities, police-community partnerships, neighborhood camaraderie, and send a message to the criminals that we as a neighborhood are organized and will fight back. The first National Night Out in 1984, that year 2.5 million Americans took part in over 400 communities across 23 states. Presently, as of last year, 37.8 million people and 16,124 communities in all 50 states Canadian cities and military bases worldwide take part in this event. That's a 40-fold increase in the 30 years since National Night Out started. Started out as a lights on campaign, porch light vigils, but it's turned into cookouts, celebrations, meeting your emergency personnel, learning what they do, learning how we can help them. It's a wonderful opportunity to come out and meet our police officers, our fire department, our ambulance corps first responders. They'll all be there on Tuesday the 5th. It's a foundation that allows us to build a safer Elmo Park for the next 364 days past National Night Out. So on behalf of our police department, the entire governing body, I'm inviting all of our residents to take part on August 5th. Come on down, join our police force and our first responders in a night out against crime. There'll be food, I think there was food last year, entertainment, DJ, displays, demonstrations, some prizes. Starts at 6:30, ends at 8:30. Hope to see you there. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Dombrowski.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on Tuesday, July 15th, we had an incident in town where there was a suspicious package left at the 7-Eleven on the boulevard, which merited us to close down the intersection of Market Street and the boulevard. I would like to commend our police department. I'd like to commend our recreation department because we had to lock down the recreation with all the children that were there for summer camp. I'd like to commend our fire department and as well as our ambulance corps because they all put together an effort and made sure that nothing happened to the children. Thankfully, it was a false alarm, and after the Bergen County Bomb Squad determined that it was not lethal, everything was opened up. But I'd like to commend again the services of our emergency services, our police, ambulance, and fire department for the quick, swift action that they took, as well as our rec department. Also, I would like to say that August 5th, National Night Out, will be a great night for everyone here. It's open up to all the residents. It should be fun for the kids as well as the adults, so please come down and support that. As far as the Elmo Park Chamber of Commerce goes, on Sunday, September 21st, the Chamber will be having a 5K and 5K kids and adult walk, fun run they call it. It's going to benefit two organizations. One will be the Elmo Park Fire Department here in town, as well as a young man that's in Soderbrook who is suffering from multiple seizures. And the Chamber's doing a great job. There is also the Chamber on November 21st will have a hypnotic night out at 6:30 at the Bethwood. They're going to have a hypnotist there. It's $65 per person. And again, I highly recommend if you have an opportunity to take your spouse out that night, it would be a great night. Other than that, Mayor, progress, and I wish everybody an enjoyable summer, what's left of it. That's it, progress.
Thank you. Mr. Caravagna?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Regarding the Board of Education and regarding what's going on in school, I speak to many people in town, everybody's confused. First, we were losing $2.2 million in deficit. The state had come and rescue us. Now we find almost $2 million. And then reading the shopper and also being at the meeting of the shop, the community news, I'm sorry. And then we find that $260,000 was paid for people who were not, benefits for people who didn't work any longer for the Board of Education. Also, there was another mixed up, another $40,000 error. I mean, who is responsible for this? That's a question. I don't know. I don't even answer. When people talk to me, I'm also as confused as they are. And maybe somebody will come up with an answer. Yesterday, I was supposed to meet with Mr. Tomko and Mr. Egan at 10 o'clock. Somehow there was either miscommunication. The mayor, Mr. Perigano, and I, and Mr. Kosmak, we're here waiting for them. And also, Mrs. Pugliese was here. Eddie did not show up. I'm very disappointed. I really am very upset, and I need to know what's going on, and I need an answer, and I'll be able to answer the people in this town. I have something else, Mayor. I read a short article on page, I think it's page 12, Community News today. And there is the River Men is holding event on Pacific River. And I see that, I've read everything else. I think it's a great idea. My concern is, if anything happens, who is responsible for this? Do we need insurance? Or is this man is acting on his own, or he's acting with our permission? Is he licensed to instruct? There's a lot of questions maybe to be answered. But the event, I think, is excellent. It's about time something will be done. Maybe you have the answer. I don't have an answer. Because who's responsible if anything happens? If I get drowned, is our insurance going to cover that? Or,
I do have an answer for you, because
Yeah, please.
I asked our borough attorney that same question a couple of weeks back, and the answer, he hasn't gotten permission from the town, he's just doing it. And the answer I got from the borough attorney, correct me if I'm wrong, is that if they're on the river and something happens, they'll sue anybody and everybody. Whether we give them permission or not, they're going to sue. And that means anybody that uses the river for whatever purpose.
Well, my
Am I
concern
correct
is,
on that, Mr.?
he's inviting people from a borough, from Mammal Park, kids. Normally we have restrictions when we employ someone. We have the fingerprint or check the background. Was all this been done? I mean, I don't doubt this is a great person.
I don't know if he's been
Are we allowed
fingerprinted.
to ask for that? Is he acting his
Mr.
own?
I'm not
Randazzo?
sure what he's doing, but if
You
he,
have to speak in here.
I'm not sure what exactly he's doing, Mr. Calamani.
It's, according to the article, it says that there will be instructions out to, I guess,
It's voluntary by the public if they want to show up. He's announcing that he is going to have a few kayaks down there.
there'll be music.
Music and so on and so forth, so he's inviting the public to come and participate.
Well, the
We're not
river-
sanctioning it as a town.
The
technically.
river is the state's property, and
Right.
so are the banks with the riparian rights. So I'm not sure, he would probably have to get a permit directly from the state.
DEP.
I'm not sure if you could even give the permit for them to enter into the river.
He would need it from the DEP.
I'm sorry?
He would need it from the
Permit from the
Department of
DEP.
Environmental Protection, from the
Right.
state.
Maybe you should get the permit before
think-
the event takes place.
I think he's involved with a kayak club,
Okay.
and all those people bring their kayaks, and they go down to an island that's further down the river before the falls, and they kayak all the way down, they kayak back, but it's not a group from Elmwood Park.
I mean, the idea is excellent. I love it. I
Yeah.
mean, probably one of them to go there.
Well, I read the article in the paper, and I was not informed either, so he just did. Yeah, he got a picture of me in a kayak right now. Yeah.
Did you get insurance for that?
It's, do I have insurance? Yeah,
Mayor, may I make a comment before your report?
yes.
One of the agenda items on the consent agenda tonight was the appointment of our new court administrator. With regret, our former court administrator, due to family obligations, needed to relocate to California. So on rather short notice, we needed to advertise, and with the cooperation of the Administrative Office of the Courts, the mayor and I conducted interviews with representatives from the county last week, and I'm very pleased to introduce, and he's with us tonight, our new court administrator, Mr. Craig Ferdinand. So Craig, welcome aboard. We look forward to having you, and I appreciate your efforts to get here tonight to introduce you to the council. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
I also want to indicate that I was at a function last night, and 3 people came up to me and told me we did a nice job if we're going to appoint you, so Craig, you've got some people looking out for you out there.
That was his mother, his father, his cousin.
No, some people from the town he works with, towns he works with. Any other comments?
Nothing else from me? Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. I have just a couple of comments that I want to indicate to you. We're moving along with state and federal grants to clean up the Fleischer Brook. We're presently working, if you go down Kip Avenue, you can see them working on Fleischer Brook now. They're going to widen it. We have the culvert there, and they're widening it, and they're putting up some barriers to keep the water from overflowing. And it's going to open up down toward Garfield, and if you get down Outwater Lane, there's a great big 12 feet in diameter, diversionary line that takes the water from Fleischer Brook, and it goes right to the Passaic River. That's what we're trying to open up now, and they're working on that. That's a $250,000 community development grant that we get from the federal government, and they're doing that with the help of Garfield. The next grant that we're going to have, and that's been passed already, is a $245,000 grant to continue further down into Garfield, to widen the brook, and hopefully the water, as it moves down into Garfield and into the diversionary line, will help the northern part of the brook to flow better and stop any flooding that's coming in. So that's $250,000 to total, and also, we got a $161,000 grant to de-snag part of the Fleischer Brook in Garfield and near Molnar Drive. So if we take $161,000, $254,000, $215,000, we've gotten grants for $630,000 to improve the flow of water in Fleischer Brook. And I've said this before, and I'm always leery about it. This will help us eliminate flooding. We've done a tremendous job. We put 8 new culverts in. Every culvert in Elmwood Park has been replaced with wider culverts. And the flooding has disappeared to a great extent. There were times when I first was elected mayor where you went on Martha and Kip Avenue, near Garfield border, they actually had cars completely underwater. That's how bad it was down there. And if you went on East 54th Street, certain areas of East 54th Street, the cars were up to the doors and beyond. So you get flooding, but it's not that bad. And hopefully this will improve that. And if you do want to go down and look to see what they're doing, go down to Kip Avenue and see what's going on down there. So that's $630,000 worth of grants. We're also got another $149,000 grant to, it's a state grant, Department of Transportation, to fix the boulevard. And we're going to be paving the boulevard from Lee Street north to Falmouth Avenue. And we're also doing a little stretch from Route 4 back again to Elmwood Terrace. So that's $149,000. There's a section in between that we'll put in the grant for next year, the following year, and hopefully we'll get that. And then we have grants that have paid all of the boulevard over the years. And Cinco Paint, maybe some of you are not aware of the name, but if you ride north toward Route 4 on the boulevard and you look just to your right when you pass the fire company, you'll see an old bedraggled building there that's been there for years. And we're working with another firm now to see if we can get more state money to clean up the contamination that's in that building and then maybe raise that building so that we don't have an eyesore that's been there for years and years. We don't know who owns it, so we're working on a very difficult problem. Okay, so that's a significant amount of money. And one more item. I'm told by the county that beginning in August, they're going to start working on the what we call the Waterworks property, but it's the area on the boulevard that goes from the high school all the way, Gilbert Avenue School, excuse me, all the way to the railroad tracks. They're going to try to put a walking path in, and they have close to $350,000 that they've allocated from CD money and from money that they have to make that a better walking path in that piece of property. So we're doing very well. All this is grants, state grants, federal grants, community development grants, over $1.5 million or close to it. It's not coming out of our local taxes. So we're all pleased with that, and we hope you are too. And one other item before I open it to the public. I mentioned about the 350th committee for the New Jersey. If you want information, further information about that, please call 797-2109. Okay? They will give you additional information about where you can purchase tickets to go to Venetian, to enjoy this program. If someone answers the phone and he's gruff, it might be me. That's my phone number. If someone is sweet and nice, that'll be my wife. But that's my home number. It's nothing new that I'm giving it out to you. I've been giving it out for years, and people in Elmwood Park, I have to say this, are always pleasant when they call, and I have no problem giving out my phone number. So please, if you have any questions about the anniversary, call my home. Thank you. Now, may I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Coletti, second by Mr. Boncino. Any discussion, all in favor? Anyone who wishes to be heard, come to the microphone, give us your name and address, and remember, we're on video.
No swearing.
Good evening, gentlemen. Shakib Fakori, 109 Washington Avenue. I'm here on behalf of the soccer club and all these kids here. We've been applying for the field at the recreation center. We've been denied every time. We want to know the reason why we are denied the field to use at the recreation center, or any other field in town, by the way.
Have you gone to the Board of Recreation?
Yes, we did.
And what'd they say?
No,
So you can't have it.
no.
Anybody here who want to comment on that?
It just seems like there's some information missing. You applied for use of a field,
Correct.
and was it that they were not available, or it was just an outright no? I mean, I don't go to recreation meetings, so it was like a plop you just said there, so you gotta give us a little more information.
Okay.
I don't know.
We've been applying for the field since 2013, every season. We were told we were second tier, so we were given,
I'm sorry, second tier?
second class citizen.
We don't have second-class citizens.
Well,
I'm so tired, and nothing against you, but I'm so tired of hearing people talk about second-class citizens. We're a first-class community, and everybody in it
Thank
is
you, Mayor.
first class. And
you,
that
Mayor.
is always done when people say, and at the end of the day. Well, at the end of the day, I'm tired of hearing that, too.
Thank you,
So,
Mayor.
could I ask one more question? The fields
Well,
are-
we were given-
Could I ask the fields are for what period of time? Like for the fall season?
We applied for spring, fall, summer, winter, you name it. I have all the paperwork here.
I have a question. Are
Yes,
you
sir.
a certified organization in town?
Correct.
Okay.
We are a 503C organization in town. More than 80% of our kids are from town, and we are denied. But we were given a field to play and a permission to play, but it was the field that nobody wants to go to, the field that everybody has a problem with.
So, Mosquito Jungle?
Which field is that?
Which field is that?
That would be Cherry Hill. So, that's the field we were given a permit to use. But no other field is available, Mr. Mayor.
I don't have an answer for you.
Is it?
I really don't. If anybody else wants to comment, that's the Board of Recreation that's supposed to do it, and Mr. Boncino's trying to jump in. I hope he has an answer. I don't have an answer. That's Board of Recreation.
You are the CEO of the town, Mr. Mayor. You are in charge of everybody here. You should have an answer. There's no way you can tell us go to the Board of Recreation, because they're not in charge of the town. You are.
No, they're in charge of the fields.
Apparently, we're not allowed to use the field, so you have to step in, Mr. Mayor.
I wish I had the authority you've given me.
Yes, you do. They have no authority anymore. The council and the mayor has all the authority.
That's something that's true.
I mean, we have a Republican councilwoman from another town making $77,000 out of our taxes, and we're not allowed to use the field that we pay for. It's ridiculous, Mr. Mayor.
Well,
Mayor, if I may?
yes.
Shakib, I'm sorry, if I may. My suggestion would be, is to have Councilman Pedagano, who is our liaison to the Board of Rec, have one of my Republican counterparts and another member from our council meet with you and the Board of Rec at the same time, and hear your concerns, and let's try to work this out. I understand what you're saying. It's 2 years now that you've been asking, and you've been getting denied. I think it's time that you get an answer. And I think that we,
Exactly, we're not getting even an answer.
I think, I
It's
think,
not fair to our organization, Mr. Mayor.
Well,
It's not fair to these kids, where everybody's telling them, oh, well, I'm not in charge. The recreation director said, I'm not in charge.
the
The
changes,
board of rec said, well, you can't have it.
With all due respect.
Yes, sir.
The change to the rec commission changed a week ago, or a month ago.
That's
So-
why we're
so-
here.
So, that's fine. So, I'd really like to understand, those applications, and I think probably if you can leave a copy of them with Mr. Kasmark, I think it warrants a further review.
I sure will.
okay.
we're committed to that.
Thank you.
Anyone else who wish to be heard?
None of you guys? In the front row? No?
Teresa Moody, I live on Chamberlain Ave, and I want to bring to your attention a traffic problem there. From the top of Chamberlain Ave, you have Patterson Ave, and Patterson Ave is one way coming up. The rest of Chamberlain Ave is two ways. You have a problem from the top of
Repeat
Patterson Ave.
that, please.
I live on Chamberlain Ave.
Yes.
Right, okay.
No, what's the one-way?
The one way is Patterson.
Patterson Avenue going down.
Which is one way going down.
Yes,
Chamberlain Ave is two ways both ways.
if you can get there both ways.
That's the problem. The problem is from the top of Patterson Ave on Chamberlain Ave to the River Road, you have the gas station on one side, you have the repair station on the other. There's cars parked all the way to the end, right to River Road, both sides, and two cars can't navigate up and down. I know you have to accommodate the businesses there, and I'm just proposing that possibly you look into it to make Patterson Ave the opposite way and make that one way coming up, and from the top of Chamberlain Ave, by Patterson Ave, have River Road, going down to River Road one way.
We're looking,
I wrote it up, and I have the diagram.
okay, we're looking into that whole procedure over there because all the parking from some of the businesses are on those streets. And it's
Right.
creating a big problem, and Mr. Dombrowski brought it up at the last meeting. I've been bringing it up for about a year now, and we haven't gotten anywhere yet. And I think we do, because they're parking their cars on the street,
Well, I mean, that, I understand.
and they have cars in their parking lot that are
Yes.
storage, and they don't got permission to
I'm just
store.
trying to bring up a suggestion to accommodate both the
I
businesses
think-
and the homeowners.
I think we appreciate that, and I think they have to look at it too, because they're now parking their trucks, okay, the towing trucks.
Right, and
They're parking them with the tires on the sidewalk almost. So it's a very difficult thing, and maybe we can bring it up at the next work meeting. But if you leave that with Mr. Kasmark, we appreciate it, and I understand what you're doing, and I've been complaining about it for over a year.
Mayor, did you read the resolution? When this guy got the permit to be there, to open up a business, was given permission, right? There was a
Yes.
resolution. How
No,
many
there
cars-
wasn't any resolution.
Nothing at all?
It was zoning board.
Zoning, they just approved it, just
They
like
just, well, I don't want to go into it right now.
that. Right. Okay.
I don't want to go into it right now, we're going to have to discuss it because, do I say anything? Because Mr. Randazzo at the time was the attorney for the applicant.
Oh,
So he must have done a great job.
do you have to say that?
I asked him if I could, and he said yes. So, but yes, the zoning board, we looked at it, they didn't put anything in any resolution calling for parking in their parking lot, storage in their parking lot, and that should have been done.
Mayor, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I want to clarify, he was the attorney for the applicant, but he wasn't all in charge of the zoning board, who grants them.
Yes, no,
Okay.
no, he did it,
Just wanna
he
know.
did what he was
I
supposed
don't
to
want to give
do.
it it's his fault.
No,
It could be
I don't
said
bring it
no.
up,
It was a plug.
I don't bring it up in a nasty way. In fact, I think he sat in for Mr. Dutch. There was another attorney who couldn't make it, and they asked Mr. Randazzo to do it, and he did what he was supposed to do. Yeah, there should have been.
I just want to say, Mayor, that a few weeks ago, I believe your last name was Mulio? Moody. Okay, sorry, I'm sorry for the mispronouncing. 2 weeks ago, I actually was driving down Chamberlain Avenue, and there was a car parked right to the edge of the corner, where I'm trying to make a left onto River Road from Chamberlain, and there was a car that wanted to get into the gas station, and it was just a complete roadblock. So I immediately called the Elmwood Park Police Department. They did come down, and they did actually ticket the car, and then tell the owner of the business that car had to be moved, but it was after the ticket was given. So I do suggest, I know that it's a very busy street. Well, I know shouldn't be such a busy street, but I know that's a concern of yours, and if you ever do have a problem, please do call our police department. They will respond to your, if you see that happening again. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we're supposed to be parking 15 feet behind a stop sign. It also goes for the same thing from the curb. You're not supposed to, I think it's 25 feet.
25 feet.
I think it's 25 feet from a corner. And if you're not following that, the Elmwood Park Police Department will go out there and ticket your cars. So please be aware of that.
Thank you. Anyone else who wishes to be heard?
Going on?
Are you coming up here?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Good night. Deanne Jalino, 31 Parkview Avenue, Elmwood Park.
Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
Deanne Jalino, 31 Parkview Avenue in Elmwood Park. Shaki Fakori came up. He's the president of EP United Soccer Club, and as he correctly stated, we have been making several attempts, season after season, for the past 3 years, to obtain what would otherwise be a simple field permit. It's not something that we're not accustomed applying for. Prior to the 3 years, we have been given a field permit, and within 3 years, like I said, everything went downhill for all array of reasons which we have no control over. You indicated that it would be a good opportunity for probably Shaki and probably someone from council, like director, whomever, to meet. The reason why I'm up here is I think it's important to create a timeline so it just doesn't fall over to fourth year we're applying, the fifth year. So I'm trying to get a sense in terms of what's the timeliness for us to get that meeting
When
to establish something.
When does your fall season start?
Actually, fall season, the first game starts September 6th. I think that's a Saturday. But, Rome wasn't built in a day, even though it was destroyed in one. So we need to, have field access prior to our game session. So it's imperative that we, get a sense in terms of the timeliness of this meeting and the availability of fields, because I'm sure while we are applying, there are other teams that have applied or will be applying that will get access to the fields. So we just don't want to hear again, or we missed the window, or Cherry Hill is available, because then somebody else needs to be there.
Ms. Jelena, when was the last application that was made?
I would say, today is the 17th of July. I want to say July 3rd.
So
Last time we applied.
you put in an application
2014.
for the 24,
Correct.
for the fall season?
Yes.
And was
Yeah.
that,
That was hand-delivered.
and is that what came back as Cherry Hill?
No. Cherry Hill,
No, so that there's different occurrences then?
no, it's just an example of,
Well, I guess I want to try and, it's hard.
Councilman, if I may, the permits for the fall season have not yet been issued.
thank you,
So that application that was made is pending.
it's timely.
Pending, right.
That's the point.
I want to try and fix going forward rather than dwell
Yeah,
on the
no,
past.
but in order to understand the moment that we're in right now, it creates a balance in terms of what we're doing now is nothing different from what we have done in years past, except the excuses change depending on the time of the season. So the mere fact that an opportunity was presented to have a meeting, it's imperative for me to know what's the timeliness of that meeting.
I would like to comment on that. that my commitment to you is, and again, we have to understand that it is vacation time, so, and there's a group of people that I'm trying to get together to have this meeting, so I can't answer for everybody's availability.
Fair enough.
I would like to, I will talk to my council members tonight. Maybe we can, like I said, it would be our Glenn Pettigano, who is the liaison to the recreation, and then a Republican and another board member, maybe, so we'll discuss that tonight, and we'll try to get together to see when we can set up a meeting. But I would like, we will handle this quickly, okay?
Thanks.
Our commitment to you would be to handle this quickly. Now, let me ask you a question, though. You said that you had a permit for Cherry Hill.
We had a permit.
You had?
That was the only
Okay,
permit. that
when
we
you
had.
had that permit, were you able to use the field?
Yeah, we did, because we were grateful for,
Because I guess what I'm trying to say is that, we have we have limited amount of fields in town. So that may have to be a field. I'm not saying that that's the field that you get all the time. Thank you. It may not be the field that you get all the time, but it may be a field that you get for a practice or something like that.
well, that introduces a good, scenario, because we have been told fields are not available.
I
But
can't
when-
answer
No,
what
no,
happened
no.
in the past, but
No, no,
I'm going to say
no,
what will go forward. We're going to try to get, we'll try to get you a resolution to your
Correct.
problem.
Yeah, but, since you opened that door, I too want to say, yes, we can't deal with the past, we have to use this moment going forward. But in the past also, we have been told that fields are not available, you pass and you see fields are not being used. And this has also been addressed to the rec director, and the response then, oh, well, I'll have to look into it. Pass again, lights on, nobody's home. So clearly, the taxpayers are paying for something that's not being utilized, while there's a group, readily available to make use of what, we have a need of.
What we'll do is we'll try to find out more information. We still do have an advisory board with the Board of Recreation and the director, and we'll get back to you on that.
Okay, so again, the whole purpose of me being here is just to get an estimate, a sense. Could we hear something back before the next council meeting?
Next council
what's
meeting-
likely?
August.
Next council meeting is in the middle of August, so you're going to just contact the clerk, and he'll tell you what we've done so far.
Okay, and that would be you?
I'll give you my card before we leave.
Okay, great. All right, thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you.
If no one else wants to speak, I'll close the public portion of the meeting, and may I have a motion to adjourn? Before we adjourn, we have 5 minutes, and 3 of them are gone.
3.
If you want to watch this on television again, it's Cablevision, Channel 77, Tuesday at 12 noon, Thursday at 4 p.m., Friday at 10 a.m., or you can watch it on our website, www.elmwoodparknj.us. Okay? Thank you. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Dombrowski, second by Mr. Catamagna. All in favor, opposed, so ordered. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. I get the cash.